So I'm waiting around to show you guys some of my recent pickups. To get a pretty nice size package from Severin today in the mail. I also went over to Barnes & Noble and I picked up a 50% off Criterion Blu-ray because I have a hard time to let those walk when they're 50% off. So I'll give it a couple more minutes. I see I got 2 people. I'm going to wait till maybe I get like 5 or 6, if I get that many. I got 3. I was just saying that I got some mail today. I got a pretty nice box from D. Duffy. What's up, bro? Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you. I got a package from Severin today, and I was waiting for that. It took forever to get here. They shipped it media mail, but it's here and it's in good condition, so I'm happy about that. I also did go to Barnes & Noble, and I picked up a Criterion Alfred Hitchcock, Notorious, for $23, I think it was, with the tax. So that was a good deal. I picked up the latest King Diamond Blu-ray. This was an import from Denmark, and it's region 0, so it should play worldwide. I do like King Diamond. I'll get more into that later. Just kind of giving you guys a little filler till we get more people watching. So I see 4 people are watching. I picked up this Friday the 13th at FYE today. Yeah, King Diamond is the shit, man. I remember when they were with Merciful Fate back in, what, 83, 84? That's when I really started to get into that kind of music. But check out this cover. This is I don't know if it was a FYE exclusive. It didn't say, but it's a cover I never saw before. It's a slip cover for Friday the 13th. So I never saw it, don't own it. I do have this Amaray case of it. I think everybody has that one, part 1 that's uncut. But I wanted to get this new slipcase, so I think it was only like, I think it was $5. So that was not that big of a deal to me. I got, hey, what's up, Wiley? How you doing, buddy? I'm Reptar. Thank you for joining me, sir. Good to see you guys. Hey, Duffy, can you be a moderator? And if you see any troll comments or stuff like that, just zap them. If you can do that. I'm not sure how. What's up, Real Billy G? Thank you for tuning in, man. So I went and picked up this. I have The Hobbit on Steelbook, but they were only the theatrical cuts. I always wanted to get the extended editions. So I got An Unexpected Journey, The Desolation of Smaug, and The Battle of the Five Armies. And I think these are like 9 hours each. So I still need to get the Lord of the Rings set. That was $99. This was $69. So that's what I'm going to be checking it out for the rest of this week. And I checked to see if they had any digital codes, and they don't for those. So I already did show for you guys that didn't see this. I showed the Friday the 13th slipcover. Pretty cool. And then I did show the King Diamond. I think just Duffy was here at that time. I got 9 people. I think that's a new record for me. But it jumps up and down, 9 to 7 and to 3. And don't be afraid to hit those thumbs up, guys. I always appreciate that when you guys do that. I also picked up, I kind of splurged a little bit. And I had been thinking about getting this. I had it on my wish list on Amazon. This is the FYE exclusive Night of the Living Dead collector's box, I think they're calling it. The 50th anniversary collector's edition, the ultimate fan box. So we're going to open that because I have not opened this yet. It's very heavy. I know there's a lot of little trinkets and memorabilia in here. So hopefully I can open this. I got big hands, but not quite big enough to reach across the book. Okay, there we go. Very heavy, sturdy lid. Comes with a little, kind of like a little J card, I guess. Let me see if I can get this flash on. But anyway, there's some write-ups about the set here, the 50th anniversary of Night of the Living Dead. You get some pretty good swag in here, so we'll go through it one by one. There is a, looks like what, a bookmark. "4K Ultra." Yeah, I've only tried a live stream a couple times and they were pretty miserable. I wasn't seeing all the comments. They would kind of go off too fast, and then I was only getting a couple people. So, but I do appreciate those who have come to check it out. And they got some pretty nice quality prints in here. It has like gilding for the lettering, and these black and white images are really nice and crisp. There is the Criterion Blu-ray, which I already have this, and I did watch it, and it looks freaking phenomenal. I wasn't the biggest fan of the ratio of the movie, how they decided to show it with the big blocks on the side. But, I mean, if that's my only gripe, everything else looked great. So, it sounded great, looked great. We'll take a look at some of these images here as I'm putting them back. That gilding, that gold gilding around the top, that really looks nice. It really pops on that black and white background. Really, really nice. If you guys got any questions or comments, you can go ahead and feel free to shoot away. Hey, what's up, Tampa J? Thank you for joining me, sir. Always good to see you, Jay. Hello, Robert Morris, and I'm Reptar from the UK. Thank you guys for stopping in. Somebody wanted to know where this set came from. I picked it up at FYE. This was an FYE exclusive, but I also think you can get it on Diabolic DVD, and Amazon also carries them, from what I understand. So they had this at FYE, they had it marked for $129, and then it was scratched off. And then they had it marked to $79, and they had it scratched off. And it was 10% less than $79.99. So I think I saved about 16 bucks, something like that. So I couldn't pass that up. I mean, this is a nice little collectible piece. It's not for everybody, but if you're a fan of the genre, George A. Romero, the zombie genre, this is kind of what brought everything together for the zombies to come after this. This is a piece of history right here, So I mean, this is, everybody should have something like this. They Won't Stay Dead. Hey, Reptar, I'm going to go back tomorrow to FYE. I'm going to pick up some more stuff. And I thought they had one more left. If I can find the other one, would you want me to grab it for you for about 79 bucks? And where do you live? That might be a pretty penny to ship if you're overseas. I think you said you were in Wales, right? So here are some more of the... Hey, what's up, Dave Maggot? Sorry that they closed your FYE. Oh, Reptar, you're in Vegas. That won't be expensive at all. That's just a quick shot. So just let me know if you want me to pick that up for you. I can do that. I'll be going tomorrow. Just drop me a comment down in the section below. I feel like I spent too much time with these little art cards or whatever, but I just wanted to show them, make sure that we're complete here. So that is that. We'll put the little back piece on the inside. And now we'll kind of take a look at the book, at the cover of the box, because it's very heavy and very, very sturdy. This is a really nice box. Hey, what's up, Cool Blue Monday? Thank you for tuning in, sir. Always good to see you, man. You're my guy. Yeah, this is a very nice heavy-duty cover, and this is a beautiful set. I wish we had a nice record store around here, Dave. FYE has some records, but not very many. And I know we have a store on the south side of town called Target, and they're starting to stock records again, but it's like a lot of like Justin Bieber or stuff like that. I'm not going to see the kind of music I like. It's just kind of like the pop, like the Rihanna or what have you, that type of music. Not that there's anything wrong with that music. It's just not my style of music. Daddy Cool Records, St. Pete. I got to get down by you, Jay. You got to show me around one of these days. Like, we could take like a weekend together and just hang out, and you could show me all the cool spots out there. I would definitely love to do that. But anyway, back to the box. You can see that they even put a little art on the inside to make it look like it's scratching the box. And there's the bookmark again. I don't know if these are individually numbered. I didn't see a number yet. But there's one more thing, and this is the big thing. This was really the only thing I cared about because I already do have the movie. I'm down, brother. Come on down. I will, Jay. Give me a couple years. I'm going to be starting a new job pretty soon, so I will probably need to have about 2 weeks to come down by you because I don't want to rush it. But I think that would be fun down there. I see you and Greg down there, you and Adam the Woo. Hey, Jay, I was watching a video today. You were with a very pretty young lady. Is that your new lady? That she was a blonde? You guys made a very nice looking couple, I had to say. She seemed like a sweet girl. Thank you, Jay. So yeah, this book is very dark, but the images in the book are very, very detailed. Really good stuff. Did any of you get this yet? Okay, Reptar, let me know, man, if it falls through for you. I still got your back. I'll help you out. Hope you can get that one that you just talked about. Yeah, I have the Criterion too, David. Now I have 2 of them. So maybe I'll give that away in a contest. Yeah, no problem, Reptar. That's Jackie, super enthused. We are good friends, but yes, yeah, Jay, she was a very sweet girl. I watched your video earlier today. I hadn't had a chance to comment on it, but she was a nice looking girl, man, and you guys looked like you were happy and comfortable together. Good for you, Jay. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are getting bored with me flipping through this book. I'm going to continue on here in another minute or so. I just wanted to kind of give you guys the full Monty so you can see what you're getting into with this set. I definitely recommend it. And now that the price is coming down, this is the time to jump on it, because I think eventually it will be sold out. They didn't mass produce these. And I think once these are gone, then they're going to start fetching collector's prices, you know. So, and that's when you're stuck on eBay trying to beg somebody who's got a huge price tag on it, come down a little bit, and then they get offended that you're asking them that. I don't even like dealing with assholes like that. Those people ruin it for, you know, honest collectors. Somebody goes into a Best Buy, grabs all the steelbooks, takes them home and puts them on eBay for twice the money. I was just trying to see how many pages were here, but I don't see any page numbers on the... I would say that this is probably at least a few hundred, maybe 300, 250. Let's see if it says on the... A limited edition graphic novel 2-disc Blu-ray box set, 8 collector's lobby cards, 1 poster, 4-inch by 8-inch commemorative ticket. Okay, that's what it was. I thought it was a bookmark, but it was a ticket. And more details on the back. Yeah, so this is this right here is the cat's ass when it comes to a Night of the Living Dead collectible. This is a really nice piece to get. And I am a huge fan of Night of the Living Dead. Always have been. I even have one of the original posters on my wall in the back. I got Night, Dawn, and Day. And Day is actually signed by George A. Romero. That's one of my grail pieces. I was hoping to get something signed by Gunnar Hansen before he passed. It was almost in the works because I'm friends with Jimmy O. Burrell. And he told me he was going to get me a Chainsaw Sally box set signed by Gunnar Hansen, and like 2 weeks later he passed away, and that was really sad. So anyway, I'll put that away off camera, and we'll get into the movies that I bought. Does anybody have any questions before I continue on? Questions, comments, concerns, complaints? Everybody's still out there? Yep. The vultures, the scalpers we call them here. I don't know what you guys call them over there, Cool Blue Monday. You probably call them other words, but we call them scalpers here because they'll go into a store. For example, I'll give you a good example right now. About a month ago, or maybe less, at Best Buy, they were selling the Halloween Steelbook that just came out. The 2018 Halloween movie. Came in a beautiful Steelbook. And I pre-ordered 2 of them online because I want one for myself, and I sent one to Eastwood for Life fan. He'll be getting his. I sent it off. He should be getting his like in a week. You go check out his channel and he'll do an unboxing. But other people take it further than that. They'll pre-order like 6 of them or 8 of them, or they'll just go to the shelving units, and then they'll grab them, all of them, and then they'll sit on them for a couple weeks, and then they'll start putting them on eBay. Instead of charging 30 like they were supposed to be, now they're charging 50, 60, 70 bucks. And that's a big middle finger to collectors like us who are, just average, normal collectors trying to watch these movies. These other guys are trying to make money off us, and that always pisses me off. You into martial arts? Got a Sister Street Fighter in the mail 5 minutes ago. I'm excited. Are you going to get the second sight release of Dawn of the Dead and Martin? I'm thinking about it. Actually, all 3 of those movies you guys talked about, the Sister Street Fighter I would like to get. and the new Dawn of the Dead and the new Martin, I would definitely be interested in checking those out. I do have some Second Sight titles, and they are a good company. They're just a smaller micro company. But when they put movies out there, they give the full quality. So, I mean, I got no problems whatsoever with Second Sight. I like them. So, I'm going to pick up the new Sister Street Fighter when I get off work. Yeah, that'd be a good choice. Hey, Duffy, you want to join me on this live stream? Anybody want to join me? Or maybe next time. I didn't really plan this too far in advance. Maybe next time I could have a guest and we can talk a little bit more about stuff. Hey, what's up, Carlos? I saw you sneak in there, buddy. How are you, man? Our buddy Tampa Jay's here too. As long as, you know, the only thing I think about with these live streams is when trolls come in here, and trolls can ruin something like this very easy. That's why I would have to have some kind of some helpers out there that can kind of zap that shit. Hey, what's up, Need Gore? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, trolls do suck. Well, thanks, man. Thank you for the subscribe. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, Warlock. I appreciate that. Well, if there's a way that we can have mediators on the channel that can just zap the trolls right out, I wouldn't mind doing more live streams like this. Only thing is, I wouldn't want to bore you guys. I mean, like after 10 or 15 minutes, there's really nothing else to talk about. I don't know. You guys would have to give me some topics to talk about. Blue Fork. Is that some kind of a dirty joke, Jay? Blue Fork? Jay, I'm glad you're here, Jay. Hey, Jay, man, your channel is really taking off. I noticed that you have over 2,000 subscribers now, and you're growing tremendously right now, my friend. You're going to hit the big time pretty soon. I would like to see you up in the like Days with Jordan the Lion type numbers. I think you could easily do it. Adam the Woo is way up there. But then again, he had quite a bit of a jump start on you. He's been doing it for many years already. But you know, oh, okay. I got you, Jay. Would you be interested in doing that? Or would anybody be? Anybody want to be a monitor on my live streams? So we can just kind of keep the... Who, Jordan over at Triple Flicks Mafia? Yeah, he is cool. I like Jordan. I've known him for a while, but he was he used to be the Viz, and before that he was well, he's the Viz again right now, but he used to be Visually something. He had some kind of a different name. And then he went away for a while. Now he's coming back with two of his buddies. I think one of those guys are his brother. I'm not sure. All right, I appreciate that, Jay. Maybe you and Carlos. You, Carlos, and Dave Maggot. Yeah, they're saddos. Anyway, I'm going to keep moving along, guys. You're probably getting bored. So this is the Criterion I picked up today. Criterion had a flash 50% off sale. And this was the newest release from Alfred Hitchcock in the Criterion line. And this is Notorious. And this is a film from 1946. And it is spy number 137. And I'm... Mr. Ramon for 20 on YouTube has great movie reviews. Check him out. I might have to do that. Thank you for letting me know. So I wish I had my flash on. I don't know how to turn it on right now. But anyway, we'll get through it. It says here that the movie's from 1946. It is 101 minutes, black and white. With the twisted love story, Alfred Hitchcock summoned darker shades of suspense and passion by casting two of Hollywood's most beloved stars starkly against type. Ingrid Bergman plays Alicia, an alluring woman with a checkered past, recruited by Devlin, who's played by Cary Grant. So this is an all-star cast. A suave, mysterious, intelligent agent to spy for the U.S. Only after she has fallen for Devlin has she learned her mission is to seduce a Nazi industrialist who is played by Claude Rains, hiding out in South America. And there's a bunch of special features there at the bottom. So I was glad to pick this one up. I do believe I have all the Hitchcock on Criterion so far. And maybe I'll do a video on that at some point just to get them all together and kind of show them. This is one I haven't seen yet, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out. There are so many good Hitchcock movies. All right, so this next stack is from Severin Films. And the first one is a upgrade for me because I had the DVD of this one. This one is called Invasion of the Blood Farmers. And that looks like a really cool cover. It has kind of like that retro, almost like a video rental cover. And this is what the DVD looked like. This one was put out by Fred Olen Ray when he had his little Night Owl segment. The movie itself is pretty silly, very low buck. That's awesome. You have all the Hitchcocks. You have Rebecca on. Yes, I do. I do, Jay. I have that one. I picked it up not that long ago, and I still have yet to see that one too, Rebecca. But I've heard good things about it. Hey, what's up, Mark Jones? I missed your message, buddy. I saw that you had a message, but it evaporated before I could read it. Good to see you, though, man. So just open this up real quick here, Mark Jones. Speaking of Severin, did you get something too, Mark? This is the old school style when they would put a little insert in with your DVD, and you could put your name, address, email. You got Skinner too, Mark? Cool. Did you get the Skinner with the slipcover? And I don't know what you would get if you sent that in. I never sent any of those in, but I bet it was something cool. It's no go, no good. Oh, it's so good, no slip. Well, I contacted him. I was late too. I was really late to the party on that Severin stuff because that was a Black Friday deal, I believe, right? Wasn't that when they were selling all that stuff at Black Friday? I was broke right around that time. So I waited, and I was thinking if I can wait 2 or 3 more weeks, I can probably pull a trigger on that stuff. But by then it was sold out. Well, just a few weeks ago, I contacted Severin, and they said that some guys sent theirs back, or some guy's payment didn't go through, or whatever it was, and they had a stack of them that didn't go out. And they asked me if I would like one, and I said, well, I'd like 2 because I'm giving one to Darren Crowder, one of my best buddies. And they were like, yeah, sure, no problem. And they sold them to me. I got the slip right here. You know, as long as these guys, these companies, they know who their customers are, and they know who's getting them the money. And so they try to take care of us, you know, and I do appreciate that. But here is the brand new Blu-ray. Skinner is nice looking release. Yeah, I think so too. I think that looks beautiful. And I like the black cases. I like that little rainbow at the top. I mean, it really does look nice. Dave, you got the same type of taste in movies I do. So if you love it, I'm sure I'm going to love it too. So there's the disc. I don't believe there's any reversible cover. No, just a white. But that don't bother me. I don't know if these were, maybe the first ones were issued with slips and then I waited too long and the slips sold out. I'm not sure. If anybody knows if these came with slips initially, let me know. But I did not get a slip with mine. Then I got a double dip here. I got the Severin Blu-ray of all the colors of Giallo. And I have the, oops, okay, hold on a second. I jumped ahead of myself. All the colors of the dark. It was time to upgrade old VCR tape version of Skinner. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad that there's still these little micro companies out there that are willing to put out movies like this, you know, that had been kind of lost or obscure. And we're still getting to watch these going into the, in 2019 now, when we're watching all this stuff. It's a great feeling. Anyway, this is the new, I think this is the 4K transfer of All the Colors of the Dark. This is the Severin edition right here. Previously, I had the Shameless Entertainment edition of it. Edwidge Finnick. This one does have a reversible cover. Sergio Martino film. I think this was the first time it was sold on Blu-ray in the UK at that time. And if you guys are keeping score at home, this is spine number 07 for Shameless. And I'm looking forward to popping into this one because I heard this one has a better transfer. I think this is a 2K, and I think this is the 4K. So I'm really looking forward to checking that out. And we'll do a kind of a check on the special features. Hey, what's up, Preppy? How you doing? So let's see. They're Coming to Get You. Alternative US cut. Some of those messages come and go really quick. I'm not ignoring you guys. Some of them pop up so fast I can't read it. Oh, Jason. Hey, Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Thank you for stopping by. Color My Nightmare, interview with director Sergio Martino. Giallo is the color, interviews with actor George Hilton and Italian expert Antonio Tentori. You also get audio commentary with Kat Ellinger, author of All the Colors of Sergio Martino. You get trailers, and the Severin edition is a limited edition of 2,500 that comes with a bonus CD soundtrack by Bruno Nicolai. So that, just that alone, this wins the battle of these two, I guess. All the extra bonus features plus the extra CD soundtrack for the film. In this one, you get unique new Sergio Martino interview, audio commentary by Kat Ellinger and Sam Dane, Doors, award-winning short by Michele De Angelis, and English version or Italian version. So they don't have exactly the same bonus features, but I believe the new Severin has a little bit more bonus features, maybe a little bit more up to date. So you can't go wrong with either of these. I happen to love Shameless, and I'm always going to stand behind them. I know they've been going through some hard times lately with a couple of their releases. I feel bad for Alex, and he's a good friend of mine, so I will stand behind him. But I don't mind double dipping on this at all. So those were All the Colors of the Dark. And then we have All the Colors of Giallo. Yeah, it's definitely worth double dipping, Warlock, I agree. And it does have good looking artwork. I really don't know which one I like better because I like that black and yellow on the left, and there's kind of, oops, I hope it didn't cut out on me. I pushed a button. Did it go black for a second? Anyway, the color on the left is, it's like a panic scene. You can see people reaching. It just seems like there's some kind of panic going on right there. The one on the right is kind of like psychedelic, almost like hippies or 60s, 70s type clothing. It just gives me a vibe on the right. Is it working now, Warlock? But yeah, I like both of those colors, to be honest. If I was going to tell you guys to pick one and you were only going to pick one, I would tell you to get the Severin one. Hey, what's up, Controller Cramps? Thanks for stopping in, man. Enjoy your dinner and have a great night. Appreciate you stopping. I would definitely say, I'm sorry to my buddy over at Shameless, but I would say pick up the Severin copy if you're only going to pick up one. That's just my advice. And then this was another Severin edition. This is called All the Colors of Giallo. I believe that these two were supposed to come with a slipcover if you ordered in time, but I ordered late, didn't get them, so have to live without that. And so this is more or less I believe this is a compilation of different Giallo films over the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Let me read this a little bit here. This one also is limited and it comes with a CD soundtrack. So for disc 1, you get All the Colors of Giallo, a new feature-length documentary by Federico Cadeo. You get Giallothon, over 4 hours of trailers. The Giallo Frames interview with John Martin, editor of the Giallo pages. You get audio commentary with Kat Ellinger, author of All the Colors of Sergio Martino. That was all disc 1. Now disc 2, you get Criminal, trailer compilation, The Case of the Crimi, interview with film historian Marcus Stilliger, and disc 3 is the CD, The Strange Sounds of the Bloodstained Films, compiled by Alfonso Carrillo of Rendezvous, from the archives of Beat Records, remastered by Enrico de Gemini. I missed a couple comments. I'm going to get more Severin stuff. Yeah, Dave, you got to get it, man. Get some more of that Severin stuff, buddy. If you guys don't know Dave Maggot, for you guys that are watching, he's got a great channel. I would recommend going to check him out. Dave Maggot McDonough. I really like his channel. I think he deserves a lot more subs. He's actually a filmmaker, and he's very, very good at it. I'm still waiting for him to send me a film so I can check it out and talk about it. But here are the insert is the track listing for the CD soundtrack. And then there is the soundtrack. And the first disc is the DVD. And the second disc is the blue. And I don't believe this has reversible. Nope. So this was a nice little package to get today. I was really happy to get these 3 plus Skinner. When I found out I could get Skinner, I was over the moon. I thought I missed out. I'm a big, I like to collect. I collect everything just about for movies. And if you get something and it doesn't have something like an insert or a slipcover, it doesn't really feel like a complete piece, but just having the slipcover made me feel happy. I guess it takes little things, right? But yeah, other than that, there's no insert. It's just the movie. And here, I gotta admit, this is a movie I had never seen before, and I'm gonna I don't know if many of you have. Just looking at the cast in this movie, you got Ted Raimi. So yeah, I mean, Ted Raimi's good. And then you got Ricky Lake, not so good. Tracy Lords getting a little worse. It just seems like it would be such a silly movie, but I'm glad that they did put it out because I never did see it before. And if they didn't put it out, I probably would have never purchased it or even watched it. So now probably tonight I'll watch it. It's uncut, unrated, unconscionable, the notorious 90s shocker, 4K scan for the first time ever. So these smaller companies are they're hitting the physical media like a hammer because I mean they're taking these obscure movies and not only are they cleaning them up, but they're giving them 4K transfers, and I mean that's all we could ask for as collectors. I mean it's like they're spoiling us. I know I said before in many videos I don't need my movies that clean. I mean I used to go to drive-ins and I used to watch VHS and there's little speckles on the TV or little speckles on the big screen, and you just kind of that's part of the charm of going to the movies. But I mean, if you could get it clean, why not, I guess. But I don't think they have to spend that much time to make it squeaky clean and get every little speck of dust out of there. But I bought King Diamond. This is King Diamond in concert, live, Songs for the Dead. Not sure what kind of music out there you guys like. I really like King Diamond. I grew up with King Diamond. Back in '87, I was in 7th grade, and that's when Merciful Fate came out, Don't Break the Oath, and shortly after that they formed King Diamond, and I believe their first album was Karen. And so ever since then, what I like about King Diamond is he tells horror stories in his songs, and they kind of, each song runs into the next song, and it's always really creepy, spooky stuff. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. I know he's getting older now. I think he's in his 70s, but he still has that really high falsetto voice. Here is, hey Carlos, I don't know if you were on earlier when I showed this, or if you're even still here now, but I picked this up today at FYE. This was the first time I saw that we had a special cover for our Friday the 13th too. It's just over the old Friday the 13th, but it's a new slipcover. I don't know why they're doing that, but I grabbed it because I didn't have this one. I wanted to add that to the collection, and I also did pick up The Hobbit. These are the extended editions. I think these movies are like, I think they're 3 hours a piece now when they're extended, so it would take, it says there's 9 discs, 28 hours of bonus content. I've seen all of the movies of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, but I've never seen the extended editions of them, so it's going to be almost like watching a new movie. I'm going to check those out. And for you guys that like Disney, I know there's maybe you don't, but I picked up, because I have fond memories of watching these with my kids, and I like to pick these up, but this is the Target exclusive 4K Blu-ray digital code. It's kind of like a digibook, but it's not really. I'll show you what I mean. It opens up, there's like a little slip cover on there, and then it opens up like a digipack, and then you have the 4K Blu-ray and the regular Blu-ray, and then hidden inside this little pouch there's a book that comes out. So it's not quite a digibook. Yeah, Carlos, I'll give you a little, at the end of this video, I'll give you a little tour of the some of the stuff that's coming along in here. At the very end, if you guys want to stick around, I'll show you my little layout for my Jason masks and stuff like that, if you didn't get a chance to see my video the other day. But these pages are almost like plastic. I mean, they're really nice, really high quality. Yeah, so I mean, I love these. I do not mind buying Disney stuff because this is also very collectible. You know, they got the thing where they release them for a while and then they put them back in the vault. And then, what else is in there? All right. So yeah, that's that. You got this. And this is just the regular. I watched The Little Mermaid hundreds of times. I worked in a store selling it when it first came on VCR tape. I probably have seen The Little Mermaid about maybe 4, 5 times. And it never really gets old to me. If you're in a depressed mood or, you know, you're just kind of not really feeling right, movies like this will kind of take you to a happy place, if that makes sense. But here you just have the DVD on the left and the, yeah, Under the Sea. You got it, Dave. Hey, Dave, I was hoping you were going to pop on, man. I'm glad you did. Maybe next time we do this, you can be a guest with me if you'd like to. Oh, and you guys probably don't care about this, but these two guys here are local, I wouldn't even really call them shock jocks, but these are radio jockeys here in my neck of the woods. They broadcast out of Milwaukee, and these are Bob and Brian, and they've been doing morning shows in Milwaukee for, I think, since 1987. And I started listening to them in 1989. That's when I got my car license, and I've been listening to them every day ever since. And these guys are great, but they're getting ready to call it quits. And I buy their CDs every year. They have like their greatest bits over the year because they sell CDs and it goes to, what do they call it? They feed the hungry children with their sales. They don't get any money from these CDs. They charge, I think, $12 a CD, and then all that money goes to feed the hungry kids. So these guys are great. I'm sure you could probably find them on YouTube if you ever wanted to hear what they are. I mean, they're very funny guys. And but they're not like Howard Stern or anything like that. They do a lot of local jokes and stuff like that, but they're just fun to listen to. These guys have been best friends since they were little kids in Union Grove, and now they've been working together for, I think he said it was almost 60 years. So can you imagine that? But yeah, these guys are great. I just wanted to throw that out. I don't know if you guys would want to run and buy this, not knowing who they are, but I'm sure if you wanted to check them out on YouTube just to get like a little clip of what they do, you might get a kick out of that. So let's see, you wanted to do a little room tour. What do you guys want to see? Give me some suggestions. I'm going to take a sip of tea real quick. If you could, hit that thumbs up button. It ain't going to zap you. I promise you won't get a shock if you hit the thumbs up button. And they won't charge you either. It's free. Arrow update. I just did an Arrow update. Preppy, I'll do a room tour, but I don't have my movies in this room. This is more just like memorabilia type stuff in my room. I know you're probably looking for a shelf by shelf. That will be coming soon, in a few months. There's my best friend is here. All right, anyway, I guess I'll just give you guys a quick little tour of what I got. We'll start over here. I guess we'll start right up at the top up here. These are my NECA Jason masks, and that's the mask from the video game where he had the powder blue mask and the purple overalls. And there is the remake with Derek Mears. I think that was, what, 2010? That's that mask from NECA. And there is the mask worn by Roy Burns, who was the paramedic in part 5. 2009, thank you. Thank you, Magic Matson. You're right. I think I said 2010. It is 2009. So thank you for that heads up. And this is part 4, the final chapter. You can see it has some damage up there on the upper left. And then this is the newest one. These are harder to find now because they're out of print. So you got to find them on secondary markets and just hope that you don't get a bad one. I know some people sell crap out there. You never know what you're getting when it's secondhand. I love the part 5 mask, but 7 is my favorite. I don't think they released 7 yet though, David. I don't remember seeing it. I hope they do. I hope they release them all eventually. So anyway, continuing on, this was a NECA 2015 convention exclusive that was from a convention in California. Somehow I don't know if they must not have sold very good. Yeah, they must not have sold very good because they had them at my Toys R Us all the way across the country. And then here's part 2, Sackhead. Let me see if I can get in here without... I wonder if I turn the lights off if it'll look better. Let me try that. No. Sorry about that. But these cloth figures are really, really nice. Hey, what's up, Chet? 10 to Midnight's a good one, really good. And then here is Roy again. I'm sorry, that's not coming out very good. And then here is the video game Jason. And then this was just kind of a cheapo mask. I picked it up at Walgreens this past Halloween season. It's supposed to be Michael Myers. It looks a little bit like him, but it's a cheapo. So I got a t-shirt I just hang right there. Yeah, that video game Jason, I think this one's really hard to find now. I think that one's hard to find, and I think this one is really hard to find. I think this one goes like around 300 or more for that one. So I got a little Crystal Lake tin. And then this one means a lot to me because a friend of mine who has passed away now got that signed for me by Todd McFarlane, who was the artist that made that. And it's a 3D poster of this image. That's the original poster from part 1, and this is like a 3D version of it where you can actually, there's a little depth to it. You can see the kids back there by the, and it goes back a little bit. There's trees. You can see the moon. I don't know if the camera will do it justice, but it's really cool. It means a lot to me that Tom Pissinger sent that to me, and he's passed away. I got a Camp Crystal Lake sign. It looks like it's supposed to be a wooden sign, but it's just a very cheap, thin. If I flicked it too hard, it would crack and crumble. So I got this bad boy from a fellow YouTuber. This is one of my prized pieces. This is from Sideshow Collectibles, and this is called The Legend of Crystal Lake. It's really big piece. And then this was made for me by a fellow YouTuber and friend, Ryan Dunn. I think that's really cool. He's got the Freddy claws holding up the Jason mask. And then this piece right here is, I wish I had more light in here. Gotta be a way that I can. Okay, there we go. Wow. Now this piece is really nice. I'm gonna leave some information down below because I can't think offhand what the name of the place is. But there's a camp where they filmed part 1. And still to this day, it's a Boy Scout camp. And they have a lot of volunteers and people that go out there to keep the area clean, and they're getting rid of like some of the docks that have dry rot, or some of the cabins that are falling apart. So they're taking rid of some of the okay, bro, thank you for stopping, Reptar. Appreciate it, man. Anyway, that they're reclaiming the wood. Yep, Camp Nobi Bosco. Thank you, Magic Matson. Camp Nobi Bosco is the place where you can go and you can buy stuff like this. Well, all this wood was part of the set. It was either part of the cabin or part of the dock. And then so they make you a frame from actual pieces from the park, and then they put together a canoe on Crystal Lake. And it's really, really cool. So if you go to campnobibosco.com, you can go over there and they have all kinds of stuff, and it's really, really cool. You can get dice made out of the docks, or you can get chunks of wood framed. It's really cool. So I have these Savage World figures. These are kind of weak, but I just wanted to grab them. There's only 5 of them. It's supposed to be Michael Myers, and if you notice, they spelled Michael Myers wrong. And then you got Pinhead. They're supposed to look like He-Man figures with horror elements to it. You guys all remember He-Man. We got Freddy Krueger. And we got Jason Voorhees. And we got Leatherface from part 3. See if I can get in there better. And we have Leatherface from part 1. Another one from part 1. Here's part 2. They call him Chop Top, played by the great Bill Moseley. And he had a war injury. I'm sure you guys all know this story. He had a plate put in his head. So what did he do, guys? I'm going to let you guys answer that. He had a plate in his head, and what would he do with that plate? If anybody can answer that. Anybody know? Here's Freddy Krueger from part 2, Freddy's Revenge. And here is Bub from Day of the Dead. Yep. Daikatana, is that how you pronounce it? You're right, sir. Well, Chop Top had a plate in his head, and a lot of the plate was exposed. So he carried around a clothes hanger and a cigarette lighter, and he would light the tip of the coat hanger till it would get orange and red, and then he would start digging around his plate and scratch some of the meat off that was around the plate, and he'd put it in his mouth and eat it. That was freaking gross. I got some of my Scream Factory posters here. I don't know what I'm going to do with this wall here. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I like the way it looks. I'm going to pan back so you guys can see kind of the full Monty of it. But that takes up a lot of space, and I'm thinking maybe put my horror figures across there so all the horror figures are on one wall. What do you guys think? I need some suggestions. But anyway, as it is, I'm just going to kind of show you guys Summer Camp 2 Sleepaway Camp. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Nightbreed, class of 1984. Trick or Treat. Black Christmas. The Thing. Valentine, I still haven't watched. I heard good things about it. Return of the Living Dead, it's more comedy than it is horror, but it's still fun. From Beyond. Creep Show. Behind the Mask. This one here isn't a Scream Factory poster. This one was commissioned by me from Don England. If you guys are familiar with Don England, you can look him up on Facebook and send him a friend request. He's a really, really good artist. And he does little project pieces like this. And he's actually signed it down here. Don England, I got number 18 out of 50. That is the Dario Argento Demons by Lamberto Bava. And then, of course, Child's Play. Honestly, I was never really a big fan of Child's Play, but I got it. Hey, Jay, are you still here? I'm going to show you Rick's masks that he got me. Jay might have left. So, I don't know if you guys caught my video a couple days ago. I shouted out a guy named Rick from 13X Studios. No, she don't go in the house, man. She's potty trained. That's a smart dog. She's smarter than me. These are all from 13X Studios, and he kind of does custom hocks. And like I was showing these the other day, this one's got a bullet hole above the eye. And it's got some blood coming out where the eyes were. This one was kind of paying homage to Jason Takes Manhattan from the DVD cover, VHS cover. And this one was from Part 5, the Roy mask. This one was from the PlayStation game. This was a mask that was inspired by Tom Savini. And in the game, you can earn that as a trophy, I guess, or a hidden item that you can find. And okay, Chet, thank you for stopping, man. I'll talk to you later. And this one was supposed to be, or this one was the mask that they used on the DVD box set. So he, copied that to make it look like that. So that was the DVD box set cover right there. And this one was a Freddy versus Jason crossover, kind of paying homage to both franchises. You got the scratches across the mask and the red and green. So that's that. I got my favorite poster, it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then I got Friday the 13th Part 1, the original poster. Love that image. And recently, like about a month or two ago, I got Sid Haig's signature. But on his website, it was called, I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to link it at the bottom of this video. It was like Sid's Store or something like that. But on that website, it said that you can ask him to personalize it. So I said, never trust the fucking clown. And he didn't put that on there. He just put his initials or his whatever that is. I don't know if he thought maybe that was too risque or whatever, but I thought that was a really cool image of Captain Spaulding. Then over here I just have my Westerns. And I have my Wild East mixed in with some other Westerns. Westerns go all the way down to here. And then down here I have my Twilight Time. And Twilight Time continues down there. And then Kino down there. And then for posters I have Night of the Living Dead. I have Dawn of the Dead, and I've got to show you this one over here. This one I bought from Chris Bennett, a good friend of mine on Facebook and YouTube. He was moving from, I think he was moving from Texas to Oklahoma, and he had to get rid of a bunch of stuff, so he was selling it. I took dibs on this one, and we worked out a price. This is an actual signature. This is an actual poster that was hung in a movie theater back in the 80s. So the poster's authentic, and he got it signed by George A. Romero, and it says, "Stay scared, George A. Romero." So everything about this is authentic. And I thought he gave me a really good deal. I think I paid $400 for it, which it sounds like a lot, but it's a historical piece. I'll never sell it. So yeah, I sleep in this room. I do sleep in this room. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see this too, but let me see if I can move some stuff around and show you my bedspread and my pillowcase now that I just got. Sorry if I'm holding you guys up from dinner or whatever. This will be on later, so if you can't stick around, I'm going to upload this to YouTube and you'll be able to watch it later if you can't finish it now. Okay, so here is the I went to a site called Redbubble, and Redbubble is it's a website where independent artists work to make items like this, and then they sell them. So this is a queen bed, queen size comforter. And this is the design I chose to pick, and they got it to me within, I think, a week and a half. Because they don't have these sitting around. They make them on order. So it was a little pricey. It was about $130 for the comforter. And that's the design I liked, but you could also get this design too. I like that better for the bedspread, and I like this for the pillow. You could see the many faces of Jason over the years throughout the franchise. It's really, really soft. It's thick. It's perfect. Yep, so that's my Jason bed. And then you guys know when I do my videos on my bed, where did I put it? I usually just throw this thing down. Yep, so that's the old school blanket I used to show my movies on. But that's about it for now, guys. I don't think I showed you this. This is I forgot what we call this. It's a shadow box that was made by Andrew's girlfriend. Carlos, are you still out there? What was Andrew's channel's name? I forgot. Anyway, Andrew's girlfriend made this. I gave her some ideas. I got that knife signed by Michael Myers. And it says, "You can't kill the boogeyman, Michael Myers." And there's his signature right there. And then she did all the rest. She put the little tombstones and the pumpkins and the little art on that back cloth. That thing is beautiful. Do you remember what Andrew's channel was called? Yeah, we have, there's a little thin magnet in the back, Warlock. And I put Scotch tape around that magnet so it wouldn't scratch the blade. But you can see there's a little thin magnet. Yeah, that ain't going anywhere. I love it. Andrew's Crypt, thank you. So I definitely would recommend you guys to go check out Andrew's Crypt. I had my brain went blank for a minute, but he's a really good guy. I really like Andrew. But that is it, guys. What else do you want to talk about? Because I think I'm going to get ready to call it a night. Any questions or concerns or... If you got any questions for me, now's the time to ask. Yeah, go sub them, Cool Blue Monday. You'll like them. Or if you... Thanks, man. I had a good time doing it. Yeah, somehow it got erased. The original video I did of that shadow box got erased, and YouTube would not help me to get it back up. Even though it was a complete accident. My wife doesn't mind sleeping on Jason. Favorite metal bands? Well, I grew up in the 80s, and I would probably say I liked Dio, and I liked Black Sabbath. I liked early Metallica. I liked Def Leppard. That was all the stuff that was in my era. And then, you know, once the mid-'80s, late 80s came around, you had bands like Warrant and Poison, where it was just all hair bands, and that's when I kind of ducked out of it. Hey, what's up, Curious World? My man, good to see you. I think there's a couple, and I think the ones I'm missing are the Russian ones. And it's kind of I had a hookup with a Russian guy. He was the one that was getting me all this stuff. And at the time, I only had so much money, and I was trying to decide which ones do I want, which ones do I want. So finally, I told him the ones I wanted. We set a price. It was fair for both of us. He sent me a package, and he told me that he would hold the other ones until I had more money. And I waited too long. I think I waited a couple months or something, and I contacted him back, and he said somebody else bought them because he didn't think I was going to come back. So there's got to be at least, I would say 10 or 12 that I don't have. Maybe more by now. You know, and if they did some like media books, I do have some media books, but sometimes those companies, they'll put out a couple, 3, 4 different ones, and yeah, who knows? It's hard to say how many I'm missing, but I forgot to show you guys my masks up here too. I got to get a chair and show you guys those, because there's a George Eastman mask up there. So you know who that is, right? Can you guys take a guess who that is? What character that is? My battery's about to die too. Yep. You're kind of right. Yes, you guys are both right. Anthropophagus the Grim Reaper. You both got it. What about this one? No, that's not Jason. That's from City of the Living Dead. And this one, you guys know this one. This is my favorite one. This was the most expensive one. I had commissioned this one. The guy doesn't do them anymore. That is Bub. You are correct, Dave. This mask was about 500 bucks. It has real eyes, glass eyes, and you can't wear